Leader is someone who knows the way.
So just being a leader tells it all.
Is that ability to influence yourself.
Someone who can be trusted.
And there are leaders who are born to be leaders.
Unaweza oga.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Shelter of Hope TV, and I'm your host, Jescah. In the past episodes, we've been talking about youth and church and their spiritual growth in the church. They are now in the church, but what next? Are they just allowed to sit down or lead or take part in some leadership roles? As usual, I'm not alone. I'm with my guests, very beautiful lady and very handsome man of God. I'll give them time to introduce themselves, starting from the fine.
Hello, our viewers. Hello, everyone. My name is Hilary.
Hi everyone, I'm Jescah.
John Calvin's my name.
Hello, everyone.
Outside in the church, are they just allowed to sit or to lead? What does it take for a youth to lead? I will start with you, Brother Hilary.
Thank you very much, Brother Brian. Let us first of all look at the definition of leadership. Leadership, in simple terms, I may put it as the ability to guide, organize, and influence yourself, another person, or a group of people into achieving a common goal for the benefit of the team. And so let's come back to the question, what are the qualities of a leader? The first and the biggest pillar of a leader is influence. So leadership is not just a title or a position that somebody has or somebody holds, but it is that ability to influence yourself or somebody or a group of people into achieving a common goal that you've set before you. So in order for that to happen, in order for you to be influential, you will possess some characteristics or virtues within you as a leader. In order to do that, it will need you to have authority. You must assert authority into that. And so what my fellow panelists will help us know is how does that authority of a leader comes, and how do we develop influence as leaders. So the first one that I will mention is a leader has to be faithful. There has to be the aspect of faithfulness in leadership.
So faithfulness to yourself or to everyone. You know, you can be faithful to other people, but you are not faithful to yourself.
So faithfulness in leadership brings the aspect of integrity. And integrity being the ability to be trusted all around, in the absence of people and in the presence of people. So faithful to yourself, that will make you a leader. And faithful to others, that will make them trust you to be able to influence them. So maybe let me start with that and give others a chance to mention others.
Jescah, your take on that. What does it take to be a leader?
Oh, hello everyone once more. Just as I said, a leader is someone who knows the way, shows the way, and tell people the way to go. So to add on what you said, I just add on principle of being a leader. You can't be a leader if you are not confident enough. You can't be a leader if you don't influence others. You have to be confident in order to be a leader. You have to show that you are confident with what they are telling you. If you are not confident enough, I think they won't even be able to show themselves to you. So I think that's the main thing, confidence. Yeah.
Confidence, you have to be confident. You know, confidentiality brings about your approach to people. You don't have fear, and how confident you are while leading them, being in front of them by not showing any fear. That is a good take, Brother Calvin's.
Yeah, leadership involves courage. It would be hard for you to be a leader if you are not courageous, I mean. But there's something that is in my mind, and it's really disturbing me, because sometimes, there are leaders who are made to be leaders, and there are leaders who are born to be leaders. So in all these, for someone to influence others, just as my fellow panelists have said, then this person can be influenced to influence others. That is a leader who is made. And some are also inborn, like you are a leader. If people see you in a congregation, then they would spot, say, I think that is the leader, because of maybe how you carry out yourself, or how you handle issues, and how you handle people around you. So it would take courage for you to be in that position. And my fellow panelists, I say it's not all about position, but leadership would be a position. So we'll really discuss that maybe later, because these are school of thoughts. There is how people think about leadership. So we borrow together and we come with a better definition of who a leader is. Yeah, thank you.
Brother Moses.
Thank you so much once again. There is this aspect of being empathetic to others as a leader. There is a situation whereby whoever you're leading comes to you as a leader, for maybe they are distracted with one or two things that maybe they are seeing are not going in the line that they expected. So as a leader, I think you should be in a position not only to be sympathetic but be empathetic. Empathy simply means owning. You take the situation of somebody and you own it. So the quality of a leader, one of the qualities of a leader that I think is very important, is that one, to own. You own the situation of your fellow, and you be someone who can be trusted, because I believe that once a leader, you will be automatically a counselor. And one of the qualities of a counselor is that you must be trusted with someone's secret, because a leader will be, many people will come to you for maybe consultation. Maybe somebody's depressed, somebody, as youth, maybe somebody, the girlfriend has moved away, and as men, you just think of, now as Gen Zs, we normally think of hanging ourselves, or maybe the issue of yenye iko saini makisule, unaona, mapangale. So there is this act of stabbing each other. So when somebody comes to you with such a situation, you should be able to
provide a solution.
Yeah, provide a solution. Provide a solution, and keep this the information within you. You should not be able to maybe spread it out, maybe be hard out to somebody else.
And that would involve integrity that the first speaker was talking about.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, owning somebody's problem and making it to be. There's a situation where you've gone to, for example, a pastor or a man of God, and you've shared out your problem. Then a week passed, or a month, or just few days passed, you found this man preaching with your testimony. Ati kuna kijana nilimsaidia, alinikujia, sija kuna shida kama. How will you feel like being a leader? Does it mean that the person didn't own the leadership, or the person wasn't called to be a leader, or like Brother Calvin have said, they were not born leaders, or they were not born and made to be leaders, they just found themselves leaders? Sijui nianze na wewe Calvins.
There are ethics of leadership, and information is very important, and I would question a leader who would share some, I don't know whether you're talking about secret, but some critical information with people who are not supposed to get that information. I think it involves integrity for you to keep secrets of others. And even before that, before even you talk about maybe the secrets that you are having, secrets of others, I think there is need for people to be placed where they belong. My brothers just talked about a leader being a counselor, which sometimes it might not be the same because they are different leaders. Some leaders are like they give the vision, and then after giving the vision, they give them a direction to follow. But then they don't have the pastoral part of leadership where you can counsel, because counseling would involve somebody who feels about other people's problem, you know. Some leaders are just lions, you know. I've said people are going here, and those are also types of leadership that will not ignore the Mugabe style. They are leaders. They cannot counsel, but they are leaders. I would really encourage that in leadership there be departments that can help people in every level. If it is information to deal with maybe some secrets, then there is a department that can handle that, so that the key leader maybe can handle areas where he's gifted in. Yeah, so I would say it's about the gift and their ethics.
Speaking of Jescah, how will you feel and find that the secrets you thought was a secret you shared with a high-ranked person or a leader you trusted is now trending online?
Thanks for that question. I'll just bring that out as wisdom. If you're a good leader, you should be wise enough. You see, when I say this thing in front of people, how will the person who brought it feel? How will he make it? How will he take it? How will he protect it? So I think it's just wisdom. Yeah. If you're not wise enough to handle what he told you or what she told you, you just leave it. Yeah, you just give it to another person. That's why you have different leaders. If you know you can't handle that, I think you give it to the person who can handle it. You don't give it out to the congregation. Yeah, obviously the person will feel low. You'll just be making the situation worse and worse and worse.
The person will be feeling low. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, as the panel have said, a leader should be somebody who is faithful, must be courageous, must be full of confidence, and integrity must be part of him. Pastor Hilary, Brother Calvin have said like leaders are made and some are born. To our youths, how can we see that there's some leadership in our youth, like this person was made to be a leader or this person was born to be a leader?
Generally, in the general sense, people are born responsible already. That is something that God creates in us by default. When you are born, you are born a responsible being. So that is the sense. That is a sense of leadership. There is a level or a measure of leadership in each and every one of us. As long as you are born and you are of the right sense and mind, your soul is right, then you are
cheesy.
The ability. You have a sense of leadership in you because you can take responsibility. Unaweza oga, that means you have influenced yourself. You've influenced yourself to take an action. That is a sense of leadership.
Does it mean like mwenye ana skip ananga leadership?
Huyu akona shida kiasi. Maybe maji ni baridi. Lakini hii inamaanisha kwamba anakosa an ability to motivate himself to do something. Kwa hivyo inaweza kuwa upungufu wa uongozi. Okay, kwa sababu you can't lead people where you have not been.
Yeah.
Or where you don't know.
We can repeat that on camera.
You will lead people where you know.
Exactly.
Because a leader is visionary. And the vision part of it demands that you take people where you know very well. Pale ambapo unajua. Ukiniambia tuombe and influence me to do that, inamaanisha wewe mwenyewe unajua kuomba, and you can do it. So I'll follow you. Sawa sawa. So people are born by default leaders, but some rise in leadership and in the forefront in positions because they have developed themselves into that. Unaona, kwa uzoefu ama amechukua the responsibility to have that. Wengine wanakuwa tu na charisma ya kugather. Kuna watu ambao wako charisma ya kugather, mali ambapo wako watu wanakuja tu. They have that in them. So that the ability to attract, to influence people to do something. And yo watu wanatumika vibaya, maybe kufanya riots kwa mashule, vitu kama hivyo, because of that charisma. But people develop into leadership by practicing or taking action into that something. But generally kila mtu ameumbwa akiwa kiongozi, anaweza kuchukua
maybe you lack some
an
leadership
action
qualities.
Brother
Moses, bachelors always now there are some leaders who I feel like they forced their way to the leadership. They bribed. Does it mean they had leadership qualities, but we never witness, or we never feel, or we never saw their leadership qualities? So they forced themselves to the people through money or other ways. They bribed their way to the leadership. Should we consider them bribery and corruption things? Is it good for someone to conduct such actions for somebody to be a leader?
All right. Normally, we look at the consequences of these things. After someone has decided maybe to bribe to secure that chance of leadership, the question is, what will be the consequence? The result after him bribing. We know the situation maybe in the leadership maybe that we are under, or that we've been seeing taking place. Let's give an example to maybe the country, starting with the position, maybe in the political section, starting with the MCA to the president. You find that most of these people who normally bribe force themselves to secure this chance to lead. The result is always negative. Why? Because we believe that leadership is chosen by God, and you find you find now to a position whereby somebody bribing, using a lot of money to secure it. You will find that maybe he will automatically, there will be automatical rejection from the subjects, and as he plans may not go, things may not go as he plans, and then there shall arise the opposition maybe, and and the rebellion, and out of these negative results, the person who maybe forced himself or herself to lead will not have worked for his people, or the leadership by the end, his or her term shall come to an end. There shall be no benefit to his subjects. So I'll also question that those who are forcing themselves to lead, kindly, leadership, we believe that is chosen by God, and to us as human beings, we say that leadership is taken, by which I don't think it is that way. So let us look at the results of maybe after you forcing yourself to that seat. What will be the result, and will the result impact the subjects, those who are leading, positively or negatively?
To cut it short, like when I was in campus, I wanted to be the class secretary. I was the people's person, yeah. So I was mimi ndio nilikuwa msee wa watu. Then all of a sudden there's a lady who came in and bribed, and after the year, the semester of the year, educational year, that for that session, I found that she was the whatever thing she did was the best. Like hizo vitu alifanya sikuweza fanya. but she bribed her way in. Does it mean like mi niliomba lakini sikufunga? Was I not chosen by God?
Were you
Maybe to add on it, I think, like they say, is good. Good people are suffering because of the silence of good people. Not that leadership. I can say not that, as you have said, leaders are born. Not that in Kenya, like the way we are seeing things, those who you are saying are bad are the one winning. So I think if we have a certain group of people who can just just an organization who can just build leadership apart, those who are just silent but they have leadership skills, they help you grow yourself. Like even if you say that it will end into negativity, they'll still go, like she has said, they'll still just go on and move. Like they'll still use money. That leadership they have, they're being paid. They'll use that money again and gain more leadership. They'll just continue being promoted. You just sit there saying leadership, they'll end up in negative. They won't anyway. They'll even do more things that you even thought like you said.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are taking a short commercial break and we'll just be back.
Charlie cow?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Before we went for a break, we were discussing about what it takes for somebody or for a youth to be a leader or for somebody to be called a leader. And before that, we were 5, but one of us had some unavoidable circumstances, but she has joined us. And I will give her opportunity to introduce herself before we proceed. Welcome.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Yeah.
My name is Natasha Atieno. As a youth, I'm a leader, and being a leader, I know there are things that come with it. So I know through the process, we're going to talk about it and know more about it. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Yeah, welcome to the show, Natasha.
Okay.
Okay, guys, before we went for a break, we talked on what it takes for somebody to be a leader. And now, what is your perception on leadership roles? Like, what is your view on leadership roles? I'll start with you, Brother Moses.
Yeah, thank you so much. The roles of the leadership, I had stated before, that for a leader, a leader has many roles, and once you're a leader, you can find yourself doing some of the things that you even personally did not expect to do. So generally, once somebody is a leader, he or she is expected to be able to tackle every challenge or every task that may arise. We know of leadership whereby, like what I talked about before, I talked of counseling maybe. A leader will be able to, out of counseling, reunite maybe the people who are separated, maybe in a social way. Maybe this is a case whereby a husband and wife had separated, a boyfriend girlfriend had departed from each other. So it is a work of a leader to ensure, to provide the solution. How can this solution be best? By maybe making sure that these people maybe come back together and that bond being brought again.
Brother Calvin, during last year's Gen Z movement, that was June and July, yeah, tulikula tear gas in the town. We were leaderless, we were faceless, yeah, everything was less, yeah, but we really did it perfect. Does it mean that sometimes doesn't need somebody to lead us, for us to for things to go right the way it should be?
I think the Kenyan Gen Zs lied to us to say that they were leaderless, they were faceless. I don't know if they were also rudderless, but the truth is there's somebody who was organizing this, so that was the leader. There is information that they had. So leadership role is a delegated role. There's somebody that this work was delegated to. We cannot be leaders, all of us at the same time. It is one person at a time in a position and in an office. Yeah, so that's my take there. And leadership roles involve tough decision making. So there must be somebody who is making the decision. We might not have every solution, but there must be someone who is guiding us towards the solution. So that's my take.
There must be someone. Tash,
Yes.
you are a leader. What is your view as a leader? The roles of being a leader, the leadership thing. What is your view on it?
Thank you again for this opportunity. Now, being a leader, it comes with a lot of roles. And if you are a leader, personally, I know, like, we all know ourselves better. And you probably know that I might be able, not even might, I am able to lead these people. That's why in the first place, you had the opportunity to go there in front of people and tell those people to elect you to become their leader. Now, being that you are there, you have already been elected to become a leader, that simply means that inside you as a leader, you already have those roles. It's not a must like they write it down to you, people tell you what to do. You are a leader. And now roles of a leader, they come naturally. I mean, you don't have to be told each and every time, this is what you're supposed to do. I am a leader. At times, I don't have to be told. At times, it's just upon me. I know this is right and this is wrong. Now, being that I'm a leader, this is what I'm supposed to be doing and this is what I'm not supposed to be doing. So, as a leader, as true leaders, let me talk about the true leaders. True leaders do not have to be told their roles and responsibilities because you are a leader. And being a leader, that simply means you're the one to lead the people. You see, you're the one to lead the people. So, as per the perspective part, you're a leader. You just have to see, a leader does not see just one place, one at a time. As a leader, you have your eyes, your ears, everywhere. Now, being that you have your eyes and ears everywhere, you already know the roles that you're supposed to play. Suppose things are there, you don't have to be told. So, just being a leader tells it all.
Brother Hilary,
Yes.
at least you are a man who have been in the ministry, the religious ministry. Yeah, I imagine kuna pasi mwingine. This person has been in the process. He has gone to the school. He has been everything, every moment, every process he has gone or she has gone through. And after being ordained, ndo ameanza sarakasi. Does it mean that this person didn't have anything to take as being a leader?
The role of leadership, first of all, is to take somebody or a group of people from one place to another, from one level to a better level, or from a state to another state. That is the role of leadership as a position. Then the role of a leader now is, this must be somebody who knows where we are going and is willing and ready to take us there. So maybe, leadership is very sweet. It is very sweet to be in a position where everybody is looking up to you. Somebody likes just to associate with you because you are in a position where you can maybe give them certain favors. Uko mahali ambapo mtu anaweza kuambia umeunganika na nani bwana, uniunganishe na nani. You know somebody somewhere that is who knows somebody. Uko mahali ambapo ni pajuu kiasi. So these are temptation to everyone. Kila mtu anatakanga akuwe mahali ambapo kila mtu anamwangalia. People are looking at them, they're in the forefront. Alafu the desire overwhelms you, unaingia ndani. Then you find yourself, now I have nothing to offer these people. Now frustrations zinaanza na hapo. I'm here but I don't even know where I'm taking these people. Nimeshaingia tayari. Ilikuwa naitaka. Maybe nimeinunua hata hiyo seat ama hiyo position. Bribe my way there. But unaingia hapo unapata kwamba now the capacity is not there to deliver on what is expected in that role. Sasa hizo ndio zinakuwa. But tukikuwa na hizi qualities ambazo tulikuwa tumetaja earlier in the show, then this can help. So that comes back to the people that are electing or putting others in the positions of leadership. Wao watu lazima wakaguliwe. We don't fill the position because it is empty and we want somebody to occupy it. But can we scrutinize? Is this person really capable or able? Huwezi chukua generator ndogo unataka kunini kufanya nayo kazi yenye inafanywa na transformer, unaona? Haitawasha hata anything. So the capacity, hiyo sasa inaongea kuhusu the capacity. So we build the capacity, then we will not be disappointed. But if we ignore the capacity and place people in the roles of leadership, then disappointments are prone to come.
Jescah, your take?
Maybe to add on something on what you have said, if we are saying about leaders, we should have a mentor. It also depends on which age is this leadership taking place. If you have a mentor, someone you can just go to because the mentor has experience more than you have. Like for example, us. If you have a mentor, if you have failed or you don't have something to do after that, maybe you are overwhelmed from that election part of campaigning. If you go to the mentor, he will help you or she will help you more. She'll tell you, do this. Maybe you just have the capacity, but now the overwhelming part, like you've done a lot, now you are overwhelmed. But if you go to your mentor, he'll guide you. And also you'll have, oh, I just knew this thing, but now that I was just overwhelmed or just stressed, I think you should have a mentor.
Talking of mentorship, we've been having quack mentors and serious mentors, There are some people in between there we might think this person is maybe good, I can follow the footsteps. Like for example, sorry to mention, in politics you might have Raila as your mentor, then the other person has Dr. Sudi as his also a mentor. So the big difference in mentorship, how will you know that somebody is good to mentor me or to be? I will start with you, Tash, because you are a leader. Then I will come to brother who is also a leader. How do you know that somebody is a good mentor for me or that can help me shape my leadership roles?
For you to know that this leader is your mentor or this leader is the one who I think will be able to mentor me, teach me the things that I know, teach me the things that I don't know. I mean, for you, before everything else, that simply means that you knew this person. Maybe let me talk about the stalking part. You've been stalking this person, you know in and out, you know everyone has their own flaws. You know the bad side of this person, the good side. And when you're talking about leadership, it's strictly the part of that person being a leader. Now, for example, let me take myself as an example. I used to see somebody like Michelle Obama. You know, Michelle Obama, the wife to Barack Obama. Now, this lady is not really a leader on the outside world. She's not into politics. But I've watched her steps from where she started to where she is right now. And being that I've seen a lot, like this person is really motivating me. Like I'm seeing how she's handling cases. You know, in this world, there are different types of people. And being that there are different types of people, that simply means that there are different ways of handling different people in different ways and different matters. Now, if you know somebody is going to become your mentor, automatically you must dig in and out, because you can't just wake up right now and say, tomorrow, Ruto is going to be my mentor. I mean, what exactly do you know about Ruto in his leadership? Yeah, people know that he came from a very humble background. He started from somewhere. Now, that doesn't mean that that person is well enough to mentor you. You as a person, you know yourself better, you know your flaws. Now, if you know your flaws, you also know the person who is going to mentor you and the flaws of that person. Now, you see, you can't, for you to have something, you can't be too much. You know, there are people who are very primitive. There are people who are very rude. Now, even like me, I'm a soft person at heart. People see me as somebody who is very tough, but deep down, I am also soft. I get emotional easily.
The strong also cries. Yeah.
Yeah, the strong also cries. Yeah. So I also get emotional easily. And different people, like you might say somebody like, I come from Langata. Let me just use our MP. Jalang. Yeah, Jalang. You see, back then our previous MP was Nixon Korir. If Nixon Korir had, for example, if Nixon Korir wanted to retain that seat, I would automatically go ahead and give Nixon Korir the seat. Why? Simply because Nixon Korir knows how to handle people from different backgrounds, people with different problems, unlike Jalango. You see, Jalango is there. I'm not saying that he's bad. Jalango is there, but people know him as he used to be a comedian. You know, sometimes you might go over there and tell that person your issues and take it like it's a joke. And you personally, you are very serious. Or maybe you're going to tell that person something which is very, so much into you. And he's like, awe acha zako, hiyo ni kitu kidogo, you see. But you deep down, it's something which is bothering you and is very strong. So for you to know that this person is your mentor, just dig deeply about this person. It's going to help you a lot.
Speaking of digging, yeah, Brother Calvin, you know, kitambo, when I was joining the content world, content creation world, my mentor alikuwa huu msemo saizi yako kwa mental problem Henry Desagu. I really love these kids, how bold he was. Like, nilishtuka Henry Desagu pia kuna depression. Unaweza react aje kupata kwa mentor wako pia kuna shida za kiakili?
Yeah, I think that's where we need to correct. Your mentor is somebody who is able to sit with you one-on-one, in-person sitting. This is a person you can reach at any time you're in problem. This is a person that you know their flaws, as my sister says, and you also know their strength. They also reciprocate by knowing your flaws and knowing your strength. They are able to encourage you. They are able to correct you where you're wrong. They face you when you're wrong, because there are people who will not face you when you're wrong. That person will disqualify him or her to be a mentor. So where there's been a problem with the teens, youth, and the Gen Zs in quotes, is whereby somebody inspires you online and you wake up and say, John is my mentor.
Of course.
This John doesn't even know your name, doesn't even have your phone contact, you know. So we tend to be assuming that we have mentors, but we do not have them. So mentorship involves a personal relationship with someone who inspires you, who can correct you, and who can help you in your areas where you're not doing well.
So meaning like a mentor should be a person you can reach out personally, physically,
and can
have a
reach you
chat.
also out. Yeah.
Okay.
Anytime. Yeah.
So a person you are a little bit comfortable with too.
It's not necessarily a person you are comfortable with, because you can be comfortable with a person because anafunika your flaws. So this is a person who can confront your flaws, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before we go for a break, mbona my youth our trust their youths, their fellow youths to be leaders? Like unaweza pata, we don't have most youths being on the top seats. Yeah, for example, we don't have youths being a governor, youths being a pastor, or youths. Ukiona youth pastor tutaanza kumcriticize. Huyu jamaa hajaona mimi. Huyu jamaa is just after our money. Mbona my youth doesn't trust their own youths, their fellow youths being a leader?
Okay, normally, most of the times, even to us, like me, it takes time for me maybe to accept and own my fellow youth as a spiritual leader.
You know, even fools grow old.
Yeah. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. But this one comes in a way that you've been following. For example, you've been following. You know the flaws of this person. You've been following this person. You know in and out of him. This one automatically brings that consciousness in your mind.
So you judge.
So there is this aspect of judging. That is what affects most of the youths nowadays. We automatically judge that this so and so cannot lead me because of this. Maybe I know in and out of him or her. Yeah.
Mlipigana juu ya girlfriend.
Yeah.
Maybe to add on that, why we believe that our peers can't lead us.
Yeah.
It's just a belief. Like I see Moses says, sasa huyu ataniambia nini? And
It's a mindset.
Yeah, it's just a mindset and a belief. Like it's just common. Like we are in the same age. Maybe age bracket.
Ataniambia nini
Ataniambia nini?
Familiarity.
Yeah, it's just
familiarity.
I won't listen to him.
Unaonaje like huyu mtu hata wewe umjui, wewe unamuonanga ushamsikia tu lakini unasema tu huyu jamaa na haezi.
That is fake. But it is natural that people will tend to fight what is close to them or what they know. It is very difficult or very hard to see people fight what they don't know or what is far from them. The closer you are in maybe age, mkiwa kwa rika moja na mtu utapata kwamba ni rahisi sana yeye kufight. It becomes just naturally easy for them to fight or just to scrutinize you, to dig, to want to know your mistakes. But one thing is clear, that good leaders are also good followers. Good leaders are good followers. People will try to trace your record while you are under somebody. Ulikuwa aje ukiwa chini ya mtu, then that will qualify you. Kama ulikuwa rogue ukaribel chini ya mtu, then no one will trust you in leadership. But if you walked under somebody, you followed a leader. You walked under somebody faithfully until you can graduate in building your capacity as a leader under somebody, then it will be easier for somebody to recommend you or somebody to trust you with leadership. Kama ni fulani, huyu anaweza. Tulimuona akiwa chini ya fulani. But ikiwa mtu huyu alitokea hapo katikati mkaanza vita na your mentor, then it becomes huyu ni rogue. This is a rogue leader. Atatufanyia vile alifanyia.
Huyu ni gaidi.
And I think we should understand and that not all these people that we judge and we take it as normal, that are bad people, that they are bad. Not all are bad. Yeah. For example, maybe to me, I tend to follow some steps of my fellow youth, and it has pushed my personal life maybe to another level. Yeah. So not all these people are bad, in quotes, but we should understand. We should get that understanding, so that when the understanding of selecting the kind of mentor that you want to have, that one wants to have. Yeah.
A quick one, Jescah, before we go for a break.
Maybe to add again. You know, as human beings, not that everybody is perfect. Not that if someone is your mentor is totally perfect. People have ups and downs. That's why we have Christianity. Maybe I think we should also introduce prayers into this. Maybe someone is just into temptation. God is just tempting you. If this person of yours is down, what will you do? Maybe if you now withdraw yourself from him, it means you totally believed in him, like you put God aside. But if you involve prayer in that, your mentor is down, what should I do? Should I just quit because my mentor is down? Maybe you should add prayers on it. God will guide you. God
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Guys is getting better. Churches in conjunction with VMK, Shelter of Hope and Shelter of Hope TV welcomes you all for our 2025 Women Conference, which will be from 7th to 13th at Grace Bible Chapel. Tell a friend who knows a friend who loves women ministry thing, and you're gonna be blessed. Welcome, guys. Before we went for a break, we were talking about mentorship and everything to do with mentorship as leaders, where somebody you can trust to be your mentor. Where Brother Calvin's talked about the physicality nature, where mentor should be someone you should reach in physical state or in personal state. Now, we have youth leaders, yeah? Like we are blessed, we have Tash and we have Brother Moses, we have Pastor Hilary, we have Brother John Calvin's a leader. Jescah is also a leader. So you're a leader. Also a leader. And you are also people you are leading. There are challenges leaders face as a leader, as youth leader. So what are these kind of challenges we feel like youths face for being a leader? I will start with you, Pastor Hilary.
Yes, as a leader, remember you are the face of that organization. You are the face of that group. You are the face of that team, so a lot is expected from you, and that gives you a burden that you have to bear as you move people in that direction. So there are challenges that must come your way, and as a leader you are expected to soldier on and just to find a way on how to maneuver and just to come out of them. But there are frustrations that comes with the leadership. The frustration comes in two ways. The inability to contain the success in leadership, and the inability to find your ways in the failures that you counter in the leadership. So when somebody fails in leadership, there comes frustrations. Na hizo frustrations zinakutoa in that position from ndani yako. Unapata kwamba you just lose interest in that particular role. Unaanza withdraw pole pole. Even before you withdraw physically, but imesha kutoka kwa roho. You don't have that urge, hiyo enthusiasm ambao ulikuwa nayo, the zeal disappears. So that is some of the things that we encounter as challenges. Then when it comes to success in leadership, as I said earlier, leadership is sweet because you are in a position where everyone is looking up to you. Remember, you have authority and you have influence. So when you succeed in leadership, then you fail to contain the success. You don't know how to manage success in leadership, then there will be coming some challenges. Inaweza kuwa unashindwa sasa how to control the to control power. Unashindwa to control power, sasa unaanza misuse power. Imekuwa mpaka unaanza misuse the authority na mamlaka ambao uko nayo kwa leadership.
Kikasongo.
Na utapata kama ukikuwa in the state of leadership, you are attractive. You will start to attract people. Na ukiwa as a youth, because tunaongea youth leadership, as a youth, maybe sasa in the context of the church, a man, you are a leader and you are in the forefront, you will attract ladies mostly.
Is it bad to attract ladies?
It is not bad.
Yeah.
That is part
it
of
is
your
not
influence.
bad to attract
ladies. It is
ladies.
not bad to attract.
Oh.
But now,
that was the point I was looking for.
But now there's a problem. If you don't know how to manage that, then that may be your downfall. Watakuja, not because you are good or you are handsome or you are rich, but because of the aura of leadership. The advantage position. Ako pale naweza sasa, kwa sababu ako karibu na pasi, nao naweza kuwa karibu na pasi. Kwa sababu sasa ako karibu na fulani, naweza ku access that particular.
Sir, Pastor Hilary, like where you as a pastor.
Yes.
Kuna wenye washa take advantage at you, like, but you are handsome. Is it bad for a man to acknowledge the handsomeness of a man?
For another
man to a man. But as for ladies, yes.
Yeah, okay.
I've met such challenges before I got married and after I married. Nilipatana na hizo as challenges.
Yeah.
Part of leadership utazipata. But now what will help you is your ability to manage the success in leadership and failures that comes with frustrations in leadership. Yeah.
Tash, you've been a leader, and during the process of looking for the leadership, meaning the campaign period, now you've been a leader. What are the challenges you faced as being a leader?
One of the most frustrating challenge is your past being used against you. That's something which is very strong. You know, in as much as I'm a leader, I'm also a youth. And I had, if I remember, I said earlier, everyone has their own flaws. Everyone makes mistakes. I'm a lady. I'm beautiful. I'm promising. You see, being a lady, being beautiful.
Yeah, I love that
really,
part. Like, you are appreciating your beauty.
Of course,
yeah, you are beautiful. Yeah.
So being a beautiful lady, I mean, every man you're walking around, every man wants to be your man. You see, so most of the people don't know whatever you go through. You see, people have different mindset by the way out here. Very different mindset.
Sure.
According to me and how I was raised, it simply doesn't mean if you're walking with a man beside you more than twice, that simply means that you people are definitely smashed.
You are Africans.
Now that's only for the
Definitely.
that fact that we are Africans, but this comes in how you are raised and
Yeah,
the area where you are raised in.
Yeah.
You see. So sorry to say this, but most of the people are like, while I was campaigning, or even before I was campaigning, you know, people know you differently. Someone is going to know you this way, another person is going to know you this way. And when it comes to men, you see somebody, maybe they've seen me working with, today I've worked with Moses, tomorrow I'm going to work with Calvins, you see, tomorrow I'm going to work with Brian. That does not mean that I'm sleeping with these men, you see. But people, the people who are outside, they're just going to have that, you know, you're not going to be
Yeah, they
loved
want to
with
create
everyone.
something.
You know, if you're a leader, one true fact is that not everyone is going to love you.
Thank you.
That's hiyo ni kitu iko.
Tell
Not
them on
everyone
the
is
camera.
not everyone is going to love you as a leader. That's one thing which is very true. Even to the leaders who are our leaders in the country, not everyone loves them.
Yeah.
People have different ways of thinking, and people have different perspectives of on how they're going to see things. So like me, being a leader here, a youth, it has come, especially that part of your past being used against you.
Very terrible.
And some past, they are not even true.
Yeah.
True.
Allegations.
Yeah, they're not even true. So according to me, when I'll just like to urge people out there, when you want to judge somebody according to his or her past, you should at least know the truth before you start spreading rumors. You see, you should at least know something which is tangible. You can't just stand and start accusing someone, this person did this person did that, whereas you didn't know whatever you were talking about. You see, now if, for example, I'm a lady, as I had said earlier, maybe you thought that your boyfriend alikuwa ananikatia. Why can't you just come and ask me, ni kweli alikuwa nakukatia? Is it yes or no? So people should just leave that thing of people using your past against you, because it's not easy. I said I'm also human. I also have emotions. There's a time that I even wanted to withdraw from my position, but I didn't, because of the people who wanted me to be there. I'm not going to use my past predict my future. That's something which is not there. So
People using their past to haunt the present. Jescah.
Maybe to add on the part you said that working with someone doesn't mean that someone is your man or someone is your woman. I mean, souls recognize each other by vibe. Like if I see him here,
Can you repeat that? Souls?
souls recognize each other by vibe. If I see maybe he have something that I'm really interested, not actually sexually, maybe he has
Idea.
I can just vibe with him because he can make me grow in some way or the other. Yeah, maybe he has another thing. What he has is not what Moses has, is not what you have. They have different things, and I need to grow, so I need to collect them from him. And I mean, the person vibing with me also knows that I have something. That's why he's vibing with me. So it means he is also growing. I'm not growing on myself. Like you can't give me your content and me I don't have. It means I have something in me that is also attracting you.
I hear you.
Yeah.
John Calvin's, it is getting better and better and better. What your take on the challenges youth face as you are a leader and you've been in the ministry, you've led in several departments. There are several challenges you faced. How can you youth encounter the challenges similar to the ones you faced and the ones you've overcome?
I think one of the common challenge in leadership, especially in youth leadership, is taking the blame on behalf of everyone. Because when you succeed in leadership, everyone will own the success. But in case of a failure, it will only remain the leader who is a failure. Yeah, so that is a challenge that every youth leader, every teen leader must be ready to face. That's my take.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Okay. I haven't said my challenge yet. I wish to say one. So my challenge to leadership is that perspective that you look at it, you want to please others, but at the back of it, you're the one facing, suffering. I think you should just do what is right. Don't do things for people to see you.
Pleasing people.
Yeah, I think that's what is challenging people. Like you want people to see that, yes, I'm doing it for them. At the back of it, you know it is wrong. At least you do what is just right. Like usiishie watu. You also have your self things to do.
Live for yourself.
Yeah, like that's the most thing ina
We'll
affect
follow
watu
that.
sana. So I think hiyo ndio challenge kubwa, like maybe most of the congregation wanataka hii, that's what you are going for. At the back of it wewe unafanya nini? Unaumia au
kuna ile lens wanakuangalia na and then
sasa wewe unafanya hiyo na wewe unaumia. So I think you should, that's the very big challenge to leaders.
Okay.
Brother Moses.
Yeah, well, just to add on something that Pastor Hilary said, it is very sad that you are a burden carrier to someone, and then being a burden carrier, you at the back there is some negativity that the same people that you're carrying their burden are speaking. They speak evil about you. Yeah, that is okay. There is this betrayal. Thank you. Betrayal now comes in. You know, I in the capacity that I lead as the Secretary General, I carry the burden of my fellow comrades, but at the back, in my back, there is this evil speaking that maybe it is not common, but you find 1 to 3 speaking evil. This is the most challenging thing that I have ever you know.
Sorry, brother.
But there is still grace. There is still grace, and things are still moving on well. But now the biggest question is this evil thing. What is the best way to tackle it? This evil thought, evil speech that these people are speaking when you are not together with them. What is the best way to approach it? As you
Never give ears to people.
So you never you never give ears to people. Remember, by the time you are seeking for this position, you had got promises, and then
But your scorecard, your agenda will lead you to deliver whatever you say. So you work on your agenda, work on your manifesto. If you are able to deliver everything, well and good. People will judge you on the scorecard. If you are not able to deliver, and then go back to your people, speak to them. Hey guys, I looked for this position. I promised 1, 2, 3. I'm able to. I have delivered 1, 2, and then this one is pending.
Now in a second I will be strict to this in a second, because of time. You as a leader, taking advantage, maybe sexually, or maybe sexual, or being taken, or as a man taking advantage of a lady, or a lady being taken advantage of. Your take on that in a second.
Ladies first.
About that, that's a very, it's not something which is easy, by the way. It's not easy.
Like, nipe kisha tutakuwa tunakupea kura.
Why should I do that?
Thank you.
Why should I do that?
Integrity.
It's either you elect me or you lose. Why should I do that? Because if I do that, it's nipe nikupe. Where just give me your vote and I'll deliver my manifestos and the agendas that I said. Period.
And even if you are giving, can you give to 800 students?
Looking for you. Some are going to say no protection. Not more than once.
Pastor Hilary, your take on that as we wind
If
up.
you fall for that, it will deprive you of your authority as a leader. You will be like a dog without teeth, a gun without bullet. So just be there, because what they know about you will be used against you.
Thank you.
Jescah, mwili mpya utapewa binguni.
So me, I just think if it is that leadership that will make you lose your dignity, just leave it. Go. You are a leader of yourself. You'll be a leader up there, or maybe you have been a leader. And if you believe you are a leader, why you should have sleeping with someone? Don't just leave it.
Brother Calvin.
I know it is tough, and this might be coming to you. But one thing you have to maintain, your dignity is important. Never fall for that. Even if you have fallen for it, repent and then never repeat.
Second.
Everything comes with a consequence. So before you do anything, remember the consequence. Remember the result that it might bring. Thank you.
Tash, your last word, maybe an advice to the youth outside there watching or who loves Tash.
My last advice to those who are youth leaders and the ones who are just the youths who are electing the youth leaders. So to the youth leaders, one thing is be you. Be truthful to yourself. Be faithful to yourself. Once you are truthful and faithful to yourself, you're going to be truthful and faithful to the subjects that you're going to serve. And to the youths who are electing the leaders, don't elect a leader simply because you love that person. Elect a leader because you know that person is capable of doing 1, 2, 3, and if this person does this 1, 2, 3, then maybe if something, not everything is going to be the way you want it to be. That's how things are. Life is never fair. So since life is never fair, do not use someone's past to predict that person's future, because we all have emotions, we all have feelings, we all have those who want to be with us, and you're going to affect a lot of things in that person's life. So in as much as somebody is a leader, that person also have his or her own life to live. So just be truthful and be you, and please, the ones who are voting for the youth leaders, be truthful and faithful to yourself. Do something you'd like the other person to do for you. Don't do something simply because you want that person to fail in a way. That's what I can say.
My brother Ilan, you are parting shot.
Yes, my call is to all the leaders here and every other leader that is watching, that do not spread yourself too thin. Understand that you cannot solve every problem. You don't have all the answers. You cannot meet everybody's expectation. Do what you can do within your power as a leader, and when it is too heavy for you, just tell them, this I cannot handle. So don't prioritize other people's burden over your own mental state and your own ability as a human being. Don't burn up because of others. Do what you can do, but don't extend your limit. Thank you.
Jescah.
My encouragement to any leader out there, just be faithful to yourself. Start with yourself. Practice what leadership should take. Don't do things because someone is telling you to do, or don't do things to squeeze yourself so that you can be a leader. God has chosen you maybe to be a leader. Lead the way God wants it. Don't lead the way people want it. Just do the correct thing. And to a leader, to those choosing the leaders, don't look at the physical appearance of someone is when you choose that person to be a leader. Don't look at the backwards or the ill part of that person. Just look at the person the way he is or the way she is when you choose her. Choose someone who can help you, someone who can help others, not someone who is looking at people or someone who is choosy. Choose someone because of who he is or who she is, not because of you've heard something ill of her or him, now you don't want to choose that person.
To young leaders, leadership is possible. Keep soldiering on. The future is promising.
Moses, you are parting shot.
Wow, thank you. You are supposed to lead yourself before leading others, and therefore go for it. Everything is possible. And to the young leaders outside there, the future is bright. Thank you.
Go for it. Everything is possible. The show has been fantastic. And see you next time. See me when I see you. Bye.
Yeah.